this video to my apartment. Got my change here, got my little clock, but I need to figure out where I'm going to place this clock so that, I keep stay productive in the things that I'm doing. If the Lord has given me, God has given me an opportunity to, even if all HIV positive and the transplant and being homeless, there's other people in this world that would die and kill for being in the position I'm in. And even though to most people that's miserable, I have to be grateful and make my time productive to only benefit my family and others that are in need and influence. And that's I love building model ships, but I'm building model cars. Like, I'm kind of getting used to building the ship in a bottle. Get familiar with the idea of it as well. And eventually going to get a piano. A keyboard. So I got my keyboard chair right now. Just got that, came in a couple of days ago. Don't know if I'm going to set it out here in the room. Got my heater, my slippers, and here in the bathroom got plenty of toilet paper. Got my Q-tips. Like this stuff because it's all 99% naturally derived. It's a biodegradable ingredients and it's oil scent, but it's supposed to be, I think, like also a protective finish wood surfaces, non-wood surfaces. So it works perfect with this floor. So this is kind of got this mop and got my soaps. My mom told me to get this stuff because it's supposed to be good for my hair, so I got it because my mom told me to, and it's supposed to be helpful with frizzy hair because I have sort of like frizzy hair, as you can see, so it keeps more sleek and shine. But anyway, I got that soap from a resident, very nice. It's like grapefruit and orange scented natural soap. Tom's toothbrush and toothpaste and face wash. This stuff is really, really powerful. The original stings a lot, but it's really good for your mouth. Obviously, I'm a smoker. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on. I don't live the best of healthy of lifestyles. I enjoy smoking. My life is too stressful. I got too many stuff that went on. I'm a smoker. I've been smoking since I was like 14 years old, pretty frequently, and 13, 14 years old. But stopped when I was 20, then smoked weed for like a year or two. Never smoked cigarettes. Didn't start smoking cigarettes often until I was about 28 years old. But I was off and on smoking here and there. I'd have a pack or so in my 20s, monthly or every couple months. I wouldn't smoke any cigarettes at all. And so I started smoking very heavily when I was about 28, 29 years old. 40 years old now, almost 41 in 6 months. I can't, I don't live the best of natural, perfect life. Healthy, but I'm trying. Just trying here and there. I really don't drink alcohol anymore. I already told my mom, I was like, I'm gonna allow myself 2 drinking visits. Maybe that'll be with wine, but as far as drinking in my apartment, that I may get me a bottle of wine because I know it's really healthy to get like red wine. White wine is supposed to be good for your lungs. Red wine good for your blood. Bits of it's healthy for you. But I don't ever drink alcohol, anything that has any alcohol. But eventually, at least if I do drink more than that, I don't think I will. I'm somewhat eating healthy, but I don't really do that. But I enjoy my life has to get smoking because I drink too much. It's a very stressful life. Oh, and I got this as well. I don't think maybe just 2-3 times in my lifetime have I ever baked a dessert. And I recently made some cinnamon rolls. I think I was like one of the probably first 3 times ever in my life have I ever baked anything in the oven. So I decided just to go ahead and give me some cookie doughs. They're already in squares, I believe, 24 cookies. So I can bake me, got me a pan, so I can just make me some cookies. A cookie a day keeps the doctor away. So I'm not a big sweets person, but every once in a while I'm missing out a lot in life. Simple things like that is to sort of just enjoy the apartment, myself, and the company of being alive. So I already show you my crosses, have my empty boxes, so when I ship things to my mother, loved ones, I don't have to purchase boxes too much often. I'm also going to be buying bird trees to give the birds a place to stay. These are for the winter, getting ready for winter, which is in a couple of months, probably 3 months from now. But like I said, I'm going to get some more ornaments. And I tend to always put my shoes here. And the reason I do this is because it helps me practice, understand that wherever I walk in life, the Lord is with me, God is with me, angels, and the blessings of the Virgin Mary to help guide my footsteps into every place I go into a life, because I am a sinner and I need the guidance from some superior that knows better of all the things that have ever happened in my life and why they happened the way that they did. So when I walk out the door, I can remember who to look up to and how to understand life. Because this could be one day I could be digging into a trash can in some dumpster because I'm begging on a street, and whatever the circumstances, I just don't trust anything more than to understand that I can't control anything anymore with what God and God's people are doing. To allow God do what they want. Trust more in God and be more godly and giving. So I got my... I like this picture because Mother Teresa, she has the same skin complex and she has the same eye color and hair color I do. So she does represent some ethnicity heritage from me that I like. You know, it's representing my ethnicity. You know, obviously we have blonde angels and other stuff, but for someone to represent sort of that ethnicity, I'm Hispanic, but I don't know what my father's, but she represents some of my skin color and hair color, and I really appreciate that. I like that there's someone that did something like this. Obviously, it's more than just that. Okay, I'm not trying to go on a different path with this conversation. But yeah, I'm learning how to airbrush. Still deciding what colors and how I'm going to put this together. It didn't turn out perfect exactly the way I want it, but it's going to look great. I think it'll look great. I think it'll be pretty close to exactly the way I think Julian will like it. I'll do a video on it when it's all complete. Still got a lot of different pieces I got to spray airbrush differently. And getting to learn how to use the airbrush. I'm very unfamiliar with the model car world and how they airbrush, so it gets me at least a sense of the idea of how airbrushing painting goes. Because all the other paintings I did, I mean the models cars that I did for my brother, I did the simple 12-year-old kid stuff with a paintbrush. But this is airbrush, so it turns out real smooth. It would have turned out better, but for some... already ruining things. But anyway, yeah, so it turns out really smooth, but it has sort of these little dots. I'll show you some of this stuff that turns out better. Like this is almost solid smooth. You see how some of this is like real smooth? Like that's perfect right there nearly. That's like nearly perfect. Pretty close to it, but I don't know how they do it, but I'm doing my best. I'm going to just focus and do what I can with my best. Going to do that. I'm really looking forward toward it. When it's complete, may modify it, add some other elements to it. And I got this cross because it has this realistic Jesus of Nazareth blood so that I walk into my room to understand my actions, the transplant that I had, and how the Lord sacrificed His own Son in the Lord for our sins, because when I walk in, I'm a sinner. When I leave, I'm a sinner. This is also very wealthy looking to take the wealth with me of the Lord, to live more properly in my life. Now, everyone does things different. I'm still cursed every once in a while. I'm not perfect. I may have everything taken away from me, like so many other situations, but it's not going to change the fact that I'm mortal. I'm going to be dying one day, and I'm very likely, more likely than most people. There's too many people that I've known that have already died. I don't know what they did. I remember Casey telling me, Ripples, when she passed away, months before she passed away, she didn't grow up with any of this, and she almost wanted to get involved with this type of understanding, but she didn't get the chance to very much. And I know some other people didn't, but for some reason I'm still here, HIV positive, and a bone marrow transplant, chemotherapy. So I think there's just too many problems in life that I can no longer fix anymore. I can't fix. They're way out of my element to have the brain power to fix any of it. And I think my mother put a cross in the front door and a cross on the back door in our home my entire life that I lived there. And I think only best that I honor and can continue doing that. So when I put my shoes on, it helps me sort of understand. Now, it doesn't mean I don't eat at Asian restaurants or listen to a conversation with a Buddhist or have a conversation, and that's what they do. But like I said, you'd have to understand why I had Buddha shrines or the yin yang. You have to understand, but I don't want to go into too many other videos. I'll do this. I think I've made videos about it before. I got my crucifix, so I can maybe read some scriptures every once in a while. It's very complex to me to go into decisions, but I'm just trying to help myself and stay alive and not sleep. And I may very well could lose all this. I have to pack up, get my crucifix, get my backpack, and get up and leave. My life has been such a havoc for too long for me to ever think that I'm ever safe. You don't know how bad the situation is, the things, because you're not watching it much on camera. So got my little crucifix soccer, so I can go practice a little exercise here and there. Can tell my balances. Hopefully, if I have a tumor growing in my brain or anything like that. But so I understand this is not me putting this on anyone else's life at all. Eventually, I'm going to get a few different more other religious things for the apartment, and that way, so when I move to Dallas, I'm going to take all these my Jesus candles, rosemaries, and crucifixes, and take them with me to my other apartment in Dallas. And I'm going to set them up in my apartment so that I live much more healthy lifestyle. This is not saying that I'm doing any of this to get away with anything. Then I'll suffer more. But I'll take this with me, and I'll suffer more, and I'll do more, and I'll take the responsibility. But I'll do more. And if nobody, for those that don't even listen or read or never went to church or barely ever did and whatever, well, then you get the whole world and anything. But this is not for me to use it against people. That's, my life has been treated like garbage, and this is the only resource I have when my mortality comes, and what I've been conditioned and trained to and put to. And as I get older, it was the right, more important thing for me to do. As my mother orders and says, and my father and the family. My father's first 3 kids grew up in a Catholic church, graduated high school, all through grade school, middle school, and high school at a Catholic church. My dad My dad as well went to a Catholic school and graduated there. So these are the blessings of education that I think is going to be best. So, like I said, I'll get a little more things situated with food and tell you exactly what my process of daily things I'll be doing. But yeah, so makes me feel more comfortable and safe, and it's what my mom wants.